Ahmad, speaking on behalf of Hamas. So what of the Israeli government? Mark Regev is the spokesman for the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
We've accepted it, and we hope this time the ceasefire will stick. We've had, unfortunately, the previous ceasefire was ended when Hamas sent rockets on the city of Beersheba and a city of 200,000 people and destroying the previous ceasefire. We hope this time the ceasefire will be honoured.
And will Israel, if the ceasefire holds, really lift the blockade on Gaza?
The restrictions on Gaza were imposed as part of the violence. If the violence ends, obviously we can...
Also within socioeconomic status, and you're also seeing, I think whenever things start to take shape with some concrete next steps, you are going to see some conversations. You're going to start hearing conversations around how do we actually build a better representative government for folks that look like us and folks that have the same type of economic status like us.
Well, I heard one civil rights leader in St. Louis, in Ferguson actually, describe this as a wake-up call. But how many wake-up calls do people need?
It's a great question. That is a great question. I think so. The people that I've been speaking with, I think this is a wake-up call. Definitely, I think for folks who've never experienced police brutality, and this hasn't been a wake-up call for Black people particularly. I think, but I think the difference in which the response has been for Mike Brown in comparison to maybe Eric Gardner or John Crawford or Trayvon Martin or whatever is that so the three things that
fighting in Gaza will have Palestinian and Israeli reaction.
We won first and foremost thanks to God Almighty, and second thanks to the resilience of our people.
We don't want to see a situation where Hamas can rebuild its stockpiles of missiles and rockets.
The Ukrainian leader Petro Poroshenko has held direct talks with President Putin of Russia over the crisis in Ukraine. Also in the programme, they're a key force standing against the militants calling themselves Islamic State. But who are the Kurds?
That sense of being attacked by Arabs, that's part of your identity?
Yes.
And we'll hear from Iraqi Kurdistan. And later...
just out of this world. It touched every sense in your body.
It was just unlike any show I have ever seen in my life.
A rapturous welcome back for Kate Bush after her first concert in 35 years. All here on the newsroom.
BBC News with Charles Carroll.
in Gaza after 50 days of conflict in which more than 2,000 people were killed, the vast majority of them Palestinians. Israel and the Palestinians reached agreement in talks mediated by Egypt. The deal was greeted with celebratory gunfire on the streets of Gaza. Precise details of the deal remain unclear, as Jeremy Bowen explains.
There are some lifting of restrictions of what can be brought into Gaza, supposedly. There will be more negotiations coming up, brokered by the Egyptians in Egypt in the course of the next month or so. But it's not clear exactly what the terms and conditions are. And the thing which has always happened in the past is that those terms and conditions of ceasefires are open to a lot of interpretation, and both sides